Hey guys, there's an issue that I want to talk about, which has been in a few of my past videos, but it's been happening quite a lot lately from where I'm from, and I see it a lot around the area, and that kind of thing's bullying. Basically, people who get bullied normally don't want to say anything, let alone the people who see it around the area or want to talk about it. It's one of these things where you're just sitting there once you've seen it and you think, why didn't I do anything about it? Or, I know I didn't know that person, but how do I know that they're going to be safe tonight? It's one of these things where you instantly think to yourself that someone can become vulnerable from it. A lot of the time in my area, a lot of people get beaten up, bullied, and you're there thinking to yourself, why doesn't nobody stop this? And the thing is, when people try to, they don't listen. I have been bullied a very long time. I am currently in year 11. Year of exams, fabulous. And I was bullied since year 1, non-stop, so all the way through secondary school. That led to my anorexia, which is about one of my other videos are about. And basically, the idea came about that people began to become more aggressive because I couldn't fit in, and that's one of the reasons. Some people don't bully you because you might be different, but that's the whole point. Everyone's different. Everyone's not born to be the same. If you're born to be the same, then what would be exciting about someone? You wouldn't get what you get. You wouldn't get all the genres and people. You wouldn't have half the cool stuff we have today. It's like people who get called geek are much better and more likely to get a job much higher up in the business than people who bully them because they listen and they learn from their mistakes. It's one of these problems where people often go on to things and think, right, okay, it's not an important issue, like they'll sort it, and somehow it'll still come on. And a lot of the time, important issues like suicide and things develop from it because people basically can't handle it anymore. Now, I know what it's like to be in that situation. It's very bad for anyone, and it's one of these things where you think to yourself, well, after when everything's been sorted and you're fine, and you think, why did I try to do that? But there's people out there who attempt and don't survive because it gets too much for them. Now, there's people out there who, in my opinion, should be done for it because it's basically manslaughter. Because even though they've taken their own life, it's still classed as murder because it was their fault in the first place. A lot of the time, people pick on people as well for size or how they look, or just because someone has a disability or an illness that they might not understand. So everyone then kind of thinks it's acceptable to bully people. There's 4 different types of bullying. There's verbal, physical, cyber, and mental bullying. Cyber consists of online bullying mainly, and there is a film based on a film called Suicide Room, which basically is a story of a young man's life and the things that he goes through, basically, so his bullying and things like that. It's a really good film to watch, but you have to be quite strong-minded to watch it. So if you think you might be able to watch that. That is a good film to watch. Physical and verbal. Physical and verbal are mainly in person. You basically get called names, you get attacked, and you don't get pleasant things repeatedly every day. Mental, things that they play with your mind mentally. They tell you something, the next day they tell you something different, making you think, why did they say that? What's wrong with me? And a lot of people do sit there thinking to themselves, why can't I be like people and want to change? Word of advice to all those people who bully out there, get a life. You're just jealous of what these people have got which you haven't. They may have better grades, they may be geeky, they may have their own style. It makes everybody who they are. Not everyone can be perfect. No one was born to be perfect. And that's the thing. If everyone's born to be different, then allow that to happen. It's also like, I know quite a few of my friends have been bullied in the past because they have gothic style or different band taste. But that's normal for people our age. Bands, as you can probably see from my room, I used to get bullied for that. I have a huge range of rock music that I would rather listen to than One Direction or something that would make me feel happy. And that has helped me through more than anything. Word of advice to people who are being bullied. Tell somebody. I know it's hard and it may be difficult. Even telling your best friend when not hardly anybody around is a better thing than nothing. Telling your parents may be difficult, but there's always someone there to listen. Even if it isn't here, it's online, there's always someone around to talk to. There's me, if any of you, I don't know, you guys don't really know me, but I am here, and if I think it's a serious matter, I will tell you to talk to someone about it. If it's a school situation where you're getting beaten up generally and you're scared to tell anyone and you're in a vulnerable situation where you're on the edge, go talk to someone, talk to a counsellor. Like I said, talk to the school. It may seem scary, but they get what's coming to them. And they can't hurt you after they've done that. If they do, there's more of a chance they will be gone before you know it. So, thing is, anyone who bullies you, just keep your chin up. People out there are just jealous of what you have. You might not be amazing at everything, have every single talent in the book, be beautiful at everything, but at least you're not at the end of the day someone who covers themselves in makeup and you show who you actually are. And that's what you need to remember at the end of the day. Everyone was born to be different, so don't let anyone change that.